All right. What's going on, everybody? Lead Farmer 73 here again. I'm going to keep coming at y'all and do the best I can to do to... There we go. Sorry about that. I'm going to do the best I can do to give everybody a little bit of help, a little bit of guidance, just from my point of view, my perspective, and my experience. So if that will help you, please let me know. Do me a favor when you come in the room, if you can give me a thumbs up if you can see me, and give me 2 thumbs up if you can see me and hear me. Okay? Give me a thumbs up if you can see me. Give me 2 thumbs up if you can see me and hear me. Please. Just so I don't go on talking to nobody for a while. If you can see me, give me a thumbs up. Hello, Lola Ray. How you doing? Lola Ray. Thriller. Ola Ray. If you can give me a thumbs up if you can see me, give me 2 thumbs up if you can see me and hear me. Thank you for that confirmation. I'm going to get right into it. This one is going to be, I almost want to do a StreamYard on this one because this is a question I think I might be getting, if it's not up in the hundreds, it's doggone close. Okay, of questions about this. Thank you. Hey, Ant4 Barbecue, how you doing? Good to see you, brother. Let's get into it. I'm going to ask a question. And I'm going to ask the question that you guys been asking me. How much power do you need? Now, this is going to be a day that I'm going to play with this question. Normally, I don't play with it. I don't answer it. I leave it to you to do your own research and get your own knowledge. Today, I'm going to play with this question because I found out all of those questions, those people aren't trolls. Those are real people that just don't know. Like, you just don't have a clue. How you doing, Unbiased LLC? It's good to see you. I was watching you the other day. Hook up them book bags. I almost called you and told you to hook my book bag up. Thank you, sister. So everybody in the room, how you doing, Jay? Good to see you. Good morning. Adina Collins, how you doing? Let me get these glasses cleaned off. I took my first whole shower last night. Let me see. Said this subject you have covered multiple times. I appreciate you. Yeah, but you know what? There's some things I don't answer. It's because I don't want to answer everything. You say you will, Unbiased. I contact you, sister, because I got an idea I want to work with you on. And I'm gonna talk to you privately about that. I have an idea that I have a project that I'm working on, and I only want the best, and that's you. So thank you, my sister. Led, what do you suggest to power a well? We about to get into all of that right now. We are literally about to do that. Now I'm gonna pull out get a piece of paper, and everybody get a piece of paper and a pencil. And the reason I'm saying that, even though you can jot this stuff down on a smart device, as you see, smart devices go dead when the power go off. So please get a paper and a pencil or something. A rock and a sidewalk, piece of chalk and a board, something. We're going to get it going, and I'm going to do my best to answer as many questions as I can. Now, before I put all my generators and stuff away and go put them back where they belong, I figured this is a good time to really get into talking about how much power you need. Because everybody keep asking me, Led, how much power do I need to keep a refrigerator going? How much power do I need to keep on my deep freeze? How much power do I need to keep my grandmama percolator on or something? I don't know. Let's answer it. Normally I'm like, look, I don't do that. Because it could be anything. The number could be anywhere and anything. We're going to play with that. Okay. I'm going to make this as simple as possible. No scientific. Please do me a favor and don't speak in all caps because that throws people off. I'm going to take that off, okay? I don't know what was said, but Catherine, can you please don't put, the only thing I want in caps is your questions. If you have a question, put it in all caps, because that confuses me and I stop looking at the screen. Okay? And any other content creator will tell you the exact same thing. You don't understand how annoying that is on the side. So everybody, please, the only way you put, if you got a question, put the question in caps if you want to, and put a question mark behind your question. That way I can go right to it. But when everybody write in all caps, to me, I wear these that look like a bunch of hieroglyphics to me. It's okay, Catherine. I'm just saying, before anybody starting that, I literally, truly ignore caps. I ignore them. And sometimes some people be saying good stuff. I ignore them because they cock my eyes like a 12-gauge shotgun, and I don't want that, okay? So, we're going to go to bare minimum. Bare minimum. If you have a question, remember, put a question mark after it so I know it's a question. Or I'll think it's a statement and I might just pass it by. Please don't write in all caps unless it's a question. I'm just saying that I ain't being mean. It's just I'm telling you I can't see that stuff. And you would think I'm being rude. That's for everybody. All right. Okay, question. Please add the question mark. Right. Ask question, please put a question mark, because I won't know it's a question. I think it's a statement. Keisha said, I ordered the EcoFlow. No, I wanted to order the EcoFlow, but I'm worried about how shipping is going to go. Any suggestions, Led? I just said this yesterday. That's not going to start this very minute. That's why I said, whatever you need, you better get it now, or nothing will be shipped to you. Whatever you need, you better get it now. Because everything, listen, this is how this works. A lot of these solar power generators are from overseas, but they have main bases in California. So they still have stockpiles of things in California. That's where they ship things to me from, okay? They don't ship it from overseas. So if you order now, you could start working on getting whatever is coming from out of California before they are totally deplenished. So if you need something, order it. If it's not here in a timely manner, you talking about this, they talking about 3 or 4 weeks, cancel your order. Simple, okay? And that's from any company for anything right now. So we're gonna keep this basic. How much power how many people are thinking about buying a solar power generator? How many people want to buy a solar power, it don't matter, solar power generator or a gas generator? Say West Coast ports are still working. They're all kind of still working. It's just, like I say, that's a whole nother thing. Solar generator or gas generator, raise your hand. Or both, raise your hand. Okay. The reason I'm asking is because no matter whether you get solar or you get gas, you need to know how much energy are you using inside your home. Need another solar, okay. All right. I'm going to tell you what I use mostly. I'm going to tell you what I was comfortable with. I'm going to tell you ratios. Let's just start. We'll use this one. This is the new EcoFlow Delta 3 Plus. This is the Delta 2. This is the new Delta 3 Plus. Okay? This is about 1,000 watt hours. I'm not going to get into specifics yet because I got a video coming out. But this is about 1,000 watt hours. Okay. Behind me, I brought in on purpose a box fan. Any old everyday box fan with the dirt on it. I made sure the dirt was on it because you ain't real hood if your box fan ain't got some dirt crumbs around the grate. So let's do this. How much energy you need to figure this out before you go buying stuff. How much energy will it take to run this box fan on a high setting? We're going to start low. Okay? We're going to start on a low setting. Okay. So I'm going to cut that on. Make sure it got the dirt crumbs don't blow off on me. Oh, I got it facing the wrong way. No, I don't. Cut it on first. That'll help. On high, it's using 82 watts. See that? On low, it's only using 53 watts, 54 watts, somewhere around there. So every time you either use low, medium, or high, that's more power being used. Now, this is where we need to start figuring out what kind of power we need. If I got this on low setting, let's just say high, because it's hot. 80 watts in my head. If this is on high, in my head, I round that up to 100 because it's not perfect. So I'm going to round that up to 100 watts. Okay? Now, remember, we said the generator, the Delta Pro 3 Plus, the Delta 3 Plus was 1,000 watt hours. Your watt hours is your gas tank. That's how much fuel you have in the tank. The watt hours is how much fuel you have inside here, how much power storage you have inside here. The watts is how much these plugs and ports can put out. Remember that, because that's important. The watt hours and the watts are pretty much two separate things, and that's where people get confused. The watt hours is your fuel tank. How much fuel can you put in this tank? The watts are how much power you can pull out of the plugs. The AC plugs, the USB-C plugs, those are the watts. We're not worried about that. We're worried about how much fuel can be stored inside of this, which is 1,000 watt hours. Write it down. $1,000 WF. We get into that. Just listen real quick. We get into all of that, okay? Listen. Now, if this fan is pulling roughly 100 watts, is drinking 100 watts out of the 1,000 watt hour fuel tank. So how many 100s, this is where you divide, how many 100s are in 1,000? How many 100? Correct. So your answer of how long this would run this box fan on a high setting is, the answer is 10 hours, roughly. Give or take, because we round it up, and that's where efficiency comes in, but we're not even going to talk about efficiency. We're talking about just roughness of all generators, okay? They're not going to be specific. They're not going to be perfect. but there's no sunshine. We're not talking about the solar power yet. Please pay attention. Just pay attention. Okay? We're not getting into that yet. This is step by step. So, imagine this. Say you go to bed and it's going to be what? Let's say 6 hours before you wake up. You're going to be asleep for about 6 hours. Let's say you're going to be asleep for the suggested 8 hours. This is going to run for only 10 hours, making this almost empty. Okay? So that means you are going to have a nice night's sleep with your fan running on high. Okay? I need you to understand that because that's important. Because if you run another fan, pulling another 100 watts, going into your kid's bedroom, again, that's why I say everybody need to be sleeping in the same room. You're going to be pulling 200 watt out of the 1,000 watt hour. And that's going to only give you 5 hours of run time on your fan. All we did was double it. Now, I can cut that off now. Now, do I got any questions? Because we're going to move on. We're going to move on and we're going to kind of move on fast. Any questions with that? This is your fuel tank, 1,000 watt hours. This is how much fuel you have. Okay? Your watts is how much power comes out. That's important too, because if you might have 5,000 watts, but if you only got a 5,000 watt hours, but if you only got a 200 watt plug, you ain't running your refrigerator, you ain't running your deep freeze. That's a whole nother ball game, but we are going to get into that. Okay? So, any questions whatsoever? Hey, Bougie Prepper, how you doing? It's good to see you, sister. Any questions? I'm going to try to keep this going because I know this is the lunchtime mix and everybody at lunch pretending they ain't watching me, but you watching me. Okay, so I'm going to move on. Okay, how many outputs are there in the EcoFlow? Meaning, how many appliances can you connect at all one time? I can't answer that without you knowing this. I'm telling you the answer to your question right now. How many appliances can you, you're talking about the ports. It depends on which EcoFlow or which generator you purchase. This has 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 complete, 11 complete output sources, but that's neither here nor there. All right. So everything depends. Everything depends on what we're talking about now. Now, that what we just spoke about was trying to get some sleep overnight. You got 10 hours of run time on your fan and 1,000 watt hours. So you will have roughly 200 watt hours left if you use that. Okay? This is where the good stuff comes in because I'm starting with small generators so you can apply this to all generators. All right, listen. What if you want to run this during the day? You want to run this during the day. Sleepy time is over. Y'all woke and y'all up, getting ready, getting your day started in this grid down situation. But you want to keep this fan running because it's going to keep getting hotter during the day because the sun is out. Now we're about to start talking about something serious. How can you run run the fan for pretty much free? I'm going to tell you. Now we're talking about input wattage. I'm going to turn this around. Instead of me keep moving this one, we're going to use this little guy. This is one of my favorites. This is the EcoFlow River 2, okay? We're going to use this one. Now, here's the thing. If you want to keep this fan running all day. And while this fan is running, you also want to keep your generators charged. So while it's running your fan, it's also charging your device. And I can't stress this enough. You need to check how many watts can be put back in here. How fast can this charge? Meaning, how many solar panels can you put on this device to charge it as fast as possible? Okay, on solar, for this one, let me see here. I'm pretty sure this is around 300 watts of solar that you can put on here, okay? You have to hook up 300 watts of solar to start charging this. That's hard to do because every solar panel is not 100% efficient. You may have a 100 watt solar panel, but it's only bringing in 60 watts. On a perfect day, just say it's bringing in 80 watts. But then the clouds keep coming in and coming out. Remember, it's grid down, so some storms out there. It might be a little cloudy, might be some trees in the way, might be some shadows. So I always look at my solar panels as you got to at least be giving me a 50% get back. So you have to bring in as much solar as possible. I suggest you invest in your solar generator. Invest more in your solar panels. If you don't have enough solar panels, for instance, I'm sorry I'm all over the place, but there's so many questions in my head keep popping up. This is 1,000 watt hours. This is your fuel tank, okay? Imagine on your car, you're trying to fill up your 30-gallon fuel tank with a straw, with a drinking straw, instead of a big old gas pump that's pumping gallons of gas in at each minute. I need you to understand that. This is your gas tank on your car. Imagine how long it's going to take you to fill up your 30-gallon gas tank with a drinking straw versus the high-powered fuel pump. You'll be there all day trying to fill your gas tank up with a drinking straw, right? Okay. That is exactly what I'm saying. If your device says it can only bring, it's 1,000 watt hours, but it can only bring in 50 watts, 100 watts of solar, meaning even if everything was perfect, on a perfect day, your panels are putting out 100 watts like they're supposed to, it will take you 10 hours to fill your tank, aka your solar power generator's watt hour tank. It will take you 10 hours if you have a 100 watt panel out there and it's a perfect day, everything is perfect, it's bringing in 100 watt like it says supposed to, it will still take you 10 hours. Depending on the season, now that it's fall, a lot of us do not have 10 hours worth of daylight. You have dusk, you have dawn, and then you have your smaller window of time of daylight. This ain't middle of July anymore. So you have about tops 6 good hours of good high noon style sunlight to pump as much power through your solar panels as possible. So even if everything was going great, you still only have 6 hours. You don't have the full 10 hours to recharge this. I know this sounds crazy, but please replay this and listen to it again if you need to. You need as many solar panels as you can possibly get. If you plan on leaving solar panels out indefinitely, just go purchase hard panels. If you planning on traveling a lot and just pulling them out during emergencies, it's good to go ahead and buy all the folding mobile solar panels. But you shouldn't leave those out all the time, okay? Because the weather will get the material on them. Do I have any questions whatsoever? I don't want to sound like I'm rambling to you. I really want to make this as simple as possible. What type of solar panels do you recommend, brand? There is no solar panels that I recommend, or the brand. It's not. You get what you can get. Because see, if I start saying, for instance, if I start telling you go get an EcoFlow solar panel, and the EcoFlow, say 100 watt solar panel costs $900, but this Petcron solar panel over here costs $50. I'll be wrong for doing that to you, sister. I'm not gonna do that. I sponsor these products, but I'm not a thief and I'm not a crook. All these solar panels are good. Most of them are good. Okay? Try to stick within a good budget. There are so many different kind out there that people are just going with the major name brands because they see the major name brands. But a lot of them, I'm going to tell you one right now. If you want a suggestion, an honest suggestion, some of the best solar panels I have are from Harbor Freight. I can't make this up. Why do I have these solar panels here, but my Harbor Freight panels are on my land? They put out the most wattage out of any solar panel I have. I can't make that up. Harbor Freight 100 watt hard framed solar panels. They are my favorite solar panels of all. I know that sounds crazy, but they are. They put almost out, if they're, each one is 100 watts, I always get about 90 watts out of each panel or more sometimes. I literally have, I think, 40 or 50 solar panels. That's including fold ups and everything. They put out the most power and they're the most efficient out of any solar panel I own. Some people ain't gonna want to hear that, but it's just the truth. In my own opinion, and you go online and look at how many people saying the same thing, okay? Can you highlight daisy chaining generators you have combined the watt hours? No. There are only, that's a good question. That's a little more advanced, but you don't, when you daisy chain generators, you still lose power. That does not increase your power. I want to get that straight. There are only certain brands that can do that, like EcoFlow Delta Max 2. You see that power cord there? That is meant to combine those powers together. But you see these two Jackeries right here? They are not combined no matter what I do. Now, daisy chaining, I'm going to perform daisy chaining right now. I'm going to take two of these little guys here, okay? I'm going to use my cigarette lighter port. I'm going to plug the plug in the back of this one. Like that. Now, I'm going to take that cigarette lighter port and take the other one and stick it in the cigarette lighter and turn it on. All I'm doing is charging this one from this one. That's what they call daisy chaining, but that does not combine the power. Now, you can do things like this until the cows come home. Now I can take another one if I can find it, I can take another cigarette lighter port and do the same thing. We're going to do that right now. I'm going to stick that in the top of this one into the incoming power port on this. Okay. And now I'm going to put the cigarette lighter port in another one. Let's just pick one. I was looking for another little one. And cigarette lighter in the Bouge RV. Okay? And cut it on. Well, let's cut it on first. Oh, it's empty. Sorry. But you get my drift. Now I will run this one in the cigarette lighter port of another one. And cut it on. So now I'm charging. I'm charging this one. This is charging this. This is charging this. Now I can have a solar panel out the window. The solar panel will be charging this. This will be charging this. This will be charging this. That is daisy chaining. That's not increasing your output power. You're just making it a little bit more convenient on charging if you only have one set of solar panels. Okay? The only problem is, even through DC, you lose a little bit of power. Meaning, if I'm bringing 102 watts in from here, right here you see I'm only bringing in 99 to 100 watts. So I'm losing about 2 watts. Same thing down here. This little guy is only bringing in 88 watts. So every time you daisy chain, you lose a little bit of power. So if I'm bringing in 100 watts there, it's charging this at 100 watts. This is not putting out as much. This is not putting out as much. I wanted to make that clear because I don't want people thinking if you just buy a whole bunch of small ones that can only put out 100 watts, now all of a sudden you can put out 500 watts to power your microwave and stuff, okay? I think my question was concerning what EcoFlow advertises. But you're talking about the company. You're not speaking on a specific unit. So when you say EcoFlow, it's different kind. Look, this is different from this. This is different from that. That is different from these. So it's not, you're just saying a brand name. You're not specifying a specific generator, which you have to do. That's the part where I don't answer too many questions because people don't really know. They just say brand names. They don't say which specific. For instance, if I tell you, how much money should I spend on a Chevrolet, on a Chevy? What would be your answer to me? If I asked you, everybody in the chat, if I asked you, how much money you think is a good price for a Chevy? See how broad that question is? It's different years, it's different makes, it's different models. Each model comes in a different color. Each model comes with different accessories. All of that stuff counts and all of that stuff matters. There is no different when you're looking at solar power generators. If you just throw out names, somebody, listen, when people answer your question, when you say, which EcoFlow should I get? And you say, the Delta Pro 3, They just got you because they don't know anything about your needs. They're just telling you that so you can buy something through them. They get a little kickback off of it. I don't do that. You gotta know what you're talking about, and that's why we're here today. Instead of me just brushing it off and not answering anything, how do you like the EcoFlow Delta Pro? Trying to decide between that and the Delta Pro 3. I currently have the Delta 2. I can't make that decision for you. I don't even have the Delta Pro. I don't, so I can't make that decision for you. I don't have the Delta Pro 3. Do you have a link for the EcoFlow Wave 2? My link is in the description box below under this video right now. I put it up first. My link is under this video right now while it's live. What about using an inverter, car battery, solar panel setup? That was my plan. Now, EcoFlow does have it, and I'm releasing that video soon. They do have the inverter, the car charger now. That's a whole different animal, and we're not going to talk about that right now. Because when I say that's a different beast, it's a different beast. It has nothing to do with solar whatsoever. Or if you're talking about just putting an inverter in your car and putting solar panels on the top, I will put solar panels on the top and then just ride around with some little guy like this. Trying to screw and hook all that mess up, you put some groceries in there and spark them wires and pop your whole head off. Question. What generators are your favorite and what do you use them for? What's the difference between the Delta Pro and the Delta Pro Max? The Delta Pro, those are two different names. Those are two different animals. The Delta Pro is a big 4,000 watt generator. The Delta 2 Max is this is 2,000 watts and you can add a 2,000 watt extra battery to it. That's two different animals, making it 4,000 watts. It's just two different things. Now, when you're asking me what's my favorite, I don't have a favorite. I don't have a favorite, and everybody asks me that. Now, that's a question I probably will never, ever be able to answer because each and every generator takes on a different task. It takes on a different situation. Okay? So I really truly don't. I will do this for you. I said I never answer those kind of questions. I'm going to play with it though. Okay? Each and every, hey Gina versus Gina. What's up, my sister? It's good to see you. Each and every generator it plays a different role. For instance, little guys like this, I can stop that. Little guys like this, we take these wherever we go. You go put this upstairs and charge your battery and take this on travel with you. Okay? You're not doing that with this. And to power the whole house stuff, you're not doing that with that. You need something more now, the Delta Pro 3 or the Delta Pro Ultra. Everything has a different reason for it, okay? I wish I could show you this one little Bouge V brick that I got that I like a lot. It just serves a different purpose. Okay, if you're on a budget, what is the best EcoFlow generator for 2-bedroom apartment? Number one, 2-bedroom apartment has nothing to do with what size generator you need at all. That has zero to do with which generator you need. Now, when you ask if you're on a budget, I don't know what your budget is. Is your budget like bologna and cheese with no mayonnaise, one slice of bread? Or is your budget, we're going to have to slow down eating that Chick-fil-A because things are getting tight. I don't know what your budget is. So I can't suggest anything. I'm not going to lie to anybody in here. Your budget might not be my budget. And if unbiased says, how often should you charge these generators? Should we let it charge out and then recharge? No, keep them plugged in. Keep them plugged in, and what they have is a UPS feature. That means undisturbed power. If your power goes out, it stays keeping your modem, computer, and all your important things running until it runs out of power. Oh, uninterrupted power source. That's what it is. Keep them plugged in. That don't hurt them at all. At all. Okay, hold on. My home is the size of 1,242 feet. What is the best? That is not a valid question. The size of your home. Okay, let's get back to the basic, because I promise you we're getting back into the questions that don't make any sense again. If you just coming in the room, we're gonna do this one more time. I'm just gonna speed it up. What best for lights and internet? We're not talking about that yet. We're talking about power. If you don't have power, you don't have lights or internet. Okay? Let's do this again. This fan takes 100 watts to run. Let's cut it back on. It uses 100 watts. It uses 100 watts. You have 1,000 watt hours to spend in your fuel tank. 1,000 watt hours. How many 100s are in 1,000? The answer is 10, meaning you can run this fan on high power for 10 hours. Okay? The suggested amount of sleep is 8 hours. Your family will be asleep for 8 hours. Meaning when you wake up and cut this fan off, you will have roughly 200 watt hours of power left. Meaning you will have somewhere around 20%. This screen will read 20% or so, okay? That's how this works. When you say I have a 3-bedroom apartment, how much power do I need? I don't know, because I don't know what you use every day. All right? This is how it works. You need to see how much power your fan is using, how much power your air conditioner, if you want it on, how much is it using, how much is your washing machine, if you got it running, how much is it using, and you trying to do all this crazy stuff. You know what it does? It humbles you and makes you realize I can go 3 more days without washing these clothes. This is an emergency. I can go 3 days without washing this clothes. Your refrigerator. Okay, everybody is worried about how much their refrigerator will pull. I'm going to tell you this. Now, I normally don't answer that, but we're going to get into it right now. I have 2 deep freezers with all my meat and frozen goods in it. The power that I saw that it was pulling for 2, I got a big deep freezer and I got a medium deep freezer. The medium deep freezer is fairly new. Just say it's about 4 or 5 years old. Let me see, 2019. I bought it in 2019, so it's fairly new. The other one is probably, I don't know, 12 years old. Now let's think about this. With both of those plugged up, I was pulling 350 watts. So to keep, let's do this. We're gonna narrow this down. I got 1,000 watt hours in the tank. 1,000 watt hours. That's how much fuel we have here. Both of my deep freezers was pulling, with them plugged in together into this, it was pulling 300 watts. Come on now. How many 300s are in 1,000? See, I need you to understand this, and we're going to do this all day until we get it. 3, correct. That's 900 watts for 3 hours because you multiply the 300. Come on, baby. How many 300s in 1,000? 3. That's 300 watts. That's 300, 600, 900. We got 100 to spare. That's when you want to cut it off. You don't want to keep this running. Okay? Because it takes too long to charge. Especially on a deep freezer. I'm going to tell you a trick about a deep freezer. Unplug it. Because now that you got it charged up for 3 hours and it's frozen cold in there, it's going to stay that way if you keep your greedy fingers out of there. Okay? So that's how power works. My refrigerator, every blue moon, when the compressor kicks on, the compressor kick on, it was taking like 170 watts, 175 watts. So every time you hear your compressor on your refrigerator and you hear it running, it's taking about 175 watts. It's going to surge for a moment when it's first kicking on, and it's going to run at about 350 watts for a few minutes. And then it's going to break down into about 175 watts. You do that same math, 175 watts, we're going to round that up to 200 watts. How many 200s are in 1,000 watt hour gas tank we got here? Our fuel cell. So how many 200s is in 1,000? Right. You got, so this will run your refrigerator with the surge going completely all day, which that ain't gonna happen, for 5 hours. That's how this math works. Now I'm gonna break something down to you about refrigerators. Depending on how old your refrigerator is, depending on how efficient your refrigerator is, that little yellow efficiency label that comes on all appliances, keep that in a drawer of all your appliances like I do. I truly do. Now, you may have a, what do they call it, the green leaf energy guide on it. Pay attention to that. When your refrigerator is at its peak, the coldness that you set it at, you're going to be pulling no power. Zero, zilch. So, this is what I like to do. If you stay your butt out of the refrigerator, keep your hands off the refrigerator, that pump don't cut on. Your pump won't cut on. Stay out of the refrigerator, because every time you open the refrigerator, it kicks that pump back on. Stay out of there. Plan before you open that door. Because if your refrigerator does not keep coming on, it doesn't use any power. So you can literally stretch that 5 hours into 10 hours if you stay out of the refrigerator. Even something as simple as getting something to eat takes planning when the grid is down, and it takes planning. It takes thought. Okay, you gotta go into the refrigerator with a purpose. I promise you better plan out a mission. Get some paper and pencil. Okay, we're gonna grab 3 eggs. All right, you grab the bread while I grab the eggs. You gonna grab the bacon. I'm gonna grab the mayonnaise, and we're gonna hurry up. I want to be in and out in 5 seconds. Everybody with me? Hoorah! Let's go. I kid you not. That's how this works. All right. Now, here's another thing. Somebody, I saw this. Water heater, 4,000. Okay. In a grid down situation, we're going to touch on this off of power for 1 second. In a grid down situation, if you do not have any health ailments, if you do not have any problems where you need to be in air conditioning, do not run your air conditioning. Please. I don't care how efficient it is, you're wasting your power. If you're not in a health situation dealing with your age or your health itself, please don't cut on it. Just, what I tell y'all? You better grab a paper plate and hit one of these. We're too comfortable. We're too spoiled. Do not use your microwave. Let's break this down. How many people got a barbecue grill? I ain't talking about a propane grill. How many people have a barbecue grill that takes charcoal briquettes? You could throw charcoal in it. Or you got some kind of fire pit. Or you can dig a hole in the ground and lay some sticks over it. I don't care what you do. If you do not have a barbecue grill, you can go to the dollar store, them little fold-up jobs, and go get a barbecue grill. Hey, Laird, do we have to use charcoal? Because I know somebody about to ask me. No, you don't have to use charcoal. Go out in your yard, grab as many sticks as you possibly can, put them in that doggone grill and get them lit up to the best of your ability. And cook on them sticks in that grill. My thing is this. I'm going to cook on fire before I use my propane for two reasons. Two reasons. Every time I light my propane, inside the house, you usually got a little propane stove, okay? Inside your house gets hot. You're using two fuel sources when you do that. Inside your house is getting hot, you're using propane on your little propane stove. Now, that means you got to kick your fan up on high because it's too hot in the house. Now you're using all your solar power source and your propane. You're using two commodities that could be easily remedied without using either. If you go get these sticks up out of the yard and put them on your fire pit or put them on your barbecue grill and cook for free, you're doing two things. You're killing two birds with one stone. You know what you're doing? You cleaning up your storm damage with all these sticks out here. You're removing them yourself by burning them, and you're cooking. So you're literally cleaning up your own storm mess, at the same time cooking your food on what God just threw down to you. Right? Thank you for that, Talbish. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. So I will cook outdoors first. If you have to cook with propane, do it outside because inside it creates heat. You don't have those kind of things that's dealing with that. And I'm going to tell you another one too. I ain't going to get into that. All right? Any questions so far? Any questions? Let me see. Can we charge generators with a generator? Yes, you can. You can charge any of these solar generators with a gas generator. That's what I was just doing. I'm going to show you something. The reason I got all these generators here stacked up, because they were daisy chained. Do I have a transfer switch? Yes, I do. The only reason I never plugged into my transfer switch, because I'm not trying to have my whole house powered up. I don't want to be out there playing with switches. Okay? You be out in the garage. That's for people that like to tinker a lot. I need to know exactly what I'm getting. I need to know exactly what I'm doing. What about the ones with the table? What are you talking about, JoJo? Yes, I did finish Mama's the input wattage. You need to make sure that your input wattage can take as much solar as you can put in it. When you're picking a solar power generator, to purchase, you want the solar power generator to bring in as much solar as it possibly can, because this is what you need to compare with other ones, okay? And how much power can it put out? At the same time, how much can you hold in the fuel tank? That's very important. Very important. Because the faster you can charge this in a grid down situation, the better. Whether it be through AC or through solar, the faster these charge, the better. The more power that your AC outputs and everything can put out, the better. Because now you can charge, get out of there. You can charge your deep freezers, and things that take a surge. And you need to be able to bring as much solar in as possible. If you can bring in 1,000 watts of solar, you getting real strange. I kid you not, you getting strange. Move. Sorry, y'all. Pup is doing puppy stuff. Ain't knocking over trash cans and stuff. You started to turn to a yard dog. But all of this stuff is very important to know. You want to be able to bring in as much solar as possible when you comparing solar generators. Which one can bring in the most solar? Which one can put out the most wattage? And which one has the biggest watt-hour storage tank? That is what you should be paying attention to. Thank you, Frank Charity. Thank you, my friend. I sure appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. All of that is important. Come here. She just wants some love. Come on. Come on. She's doing strange stuff, man. I know. Wait a minute. See, this my ride or die right here, y'all. She been with me through the storm. And trust and believe it, she loved every minute of it. Say, Missy Hawk says, I have a mini fridge and a tag that says the power input is 110 watts. Input. Does that mean that's the amount of power it will pull from my solar power generator? No. Yes it does. If you have to plug it in through AC, you got a normal plug, it's going to use 110 watts out of your solar power generator. Now here's the dope part. I really want to talk about refrigeration. Tomorrow we're going to talk about solar power refrigeration. So you don't even have to worry about your house refrigerator or your deep freeze. We're going to talk, I'm going to bring out several different brand names from several different companies. What is your best generator? I don't have one. You know what? What's your name? Wanda Ashley. Okay, everybody. Do you lose juice if it's not on the charger indefinitely? You lose little fine bits of power because your fans every blue moon will cut on, your lights is blinking on and off like that. That takes power. So yes, you do to a point. Yes. How many people want to know? I'm going to give y'all, because I don't have a favorite generator. I told you earlier where or what generator can be bought reasonably. How much money you got? I'm going to start asking y'all the questions like I'm going to answer them like y'all asked me. How much money you got then? Because I don't know how else to answer that. It depends on how much money you got. Y'all can't keep treating this. I done said this before. Listen, family, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Stop trying to negotiate stuff during a grid down situation. Stop trying to negotiate prices. Stop trying to talk people down. Let me get something straight. During a grid down situation, everything that you could do and hustle at the swap meet, everything that you could find at the Goodwill, everything you can negotiate with the guy down at the pawn shop is over. trying to negotiate prices on Facebook Market. If this dude say he want $400 for his generator, give that man $400 during grid down, lights out situation. Do not haggle him. I give you $350. How about $375? I give you $380. Going once, going twice. Let me tell you something. During a grid down situation, that man can truly ask for $800 for his generator. I guarantee he's going to get it. He don't got time to play your games. It's people like, you're not the only one that's in trouble. I need everybody to understand something, okay? I told you I sold a generator the other day, yesterday. I sold one of my generators. Let me tell you something. You know how many people got on there and was like, I tell you what, I give you like 150. Will you do 200? It was one man that drove 2 hours. He didn't ask me nothing. He said, can you hold it for me? I will send you a down payment. Now, don't always do that because that could be a scam. He was so serious. He said, please, because I'm trying to take care of my family and I'm coming 2 hours away. I said, listen, brother, I'm going to hold it for you. Because I ain't going to win or lose. I got enough power if you don't show up. He didn't ask nothing. I tested the generator for him. I showed him how it worked. He gave me my money. We saluted. He left. I left. That man never one time. So, you know, it got a little scrape on the little paint there. You know, what you think, honey, with the little scrape? I know you don't like scrapes and stuff. You know how funny you act sometime. How funny you act sometime about scrapes. Oh, yeah, I don't like scrapes. So you think you could take it down about, how about I give you $350? That bullshit. Y'all done seen them scenarios. That's why y'all laughing. That dumb crap. Be like, come on, girl. You know how bad you hate them scratches on stuff. While she got a scar down the side of her face. During a grid down situation, stop trying to negotiate. Stop trying to bargain, will, and deal with people like they stupid. This ain't the time for that. The person selling the item that the whole nation needs going to get whatever he's asking for. As a matter of fact, me personally, if I purchase something from somebody in a time of need, I'm going to give him a tip. If he asks for $300, I'll give him $320. Because you just got me out of a pickle. I kid you not, that's how I work. Okay? So, everybody is trying to be frugal during the time of collapse. Nah, that was 10, 12 years ago. That was 16 years ago. Y'all had 8 years to get your junk together. Listen, 8 years we've been going through this. For 8 years. We've switched 2 different presidencies. 8 years we've been dealing with low supply, high prices, grid down situations, rolling blackouts, water contamination, food recalls. You've been dealing with this for 8 years. What is it going to take for you to actually put your foot down and say, I better do my part? Stop trying to wiggle and diggle and toggle people out of, you ain't getting it. You know what? On Facebook Market, if you try to buy something right now and say, I give you $50 for it, he won't even answer you back. How many people have seen this on Facebook Market? True story. How many people have seen this? In the description of what you're trying to buy. Do not ask to, no, that ain't what it say. If it's still posted, it's still for sale. So do not say, is it still available? I will ignore you. Do not try to haggle my price. Don't lowball me. I will ignore you. Every doggone Facebook Market, I used to think those people was kind of mean, right? Not no more. They tired of people like, man, I give you $50. Man, I'm asking 400. I know, but it got a scratch in it. Ain't that right, baby? That. They're putting it in their descriptions. Saying, if you lowball me, I will ignore you. If you ask, is it still available, I will ignore you. They ain't saying or best offer anymore. Right, somebody said, and they putting firm on it. I need $400 firm. Oh, how can I leave this out? First come, first serve. I don't care how far you drive. If you want it, you better come get it. Because I got 20 people calling me right now on their way. That used to be a scam for the dude to make you come up and hurry up and buy it. Not no more. Put a generator up for sale, watch it be gone in about 20 minutes. I wasn't done doggone putting up the ad good before bloop, 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 bloop. I promise you, this is where small engine repair comes into play. If you have small engine repair skills, okay? Small engine repair. If you got a generator that ain't doing good, you throw another carburetor kit on that generator, you got a brand new generator. If you take a carburetor kit and put a carburetor kit cost you like $13, something like that on Amazon. Put a brand new carburetor kit in any generator. It's brand new. Sell that doggone generator. You was going to throw it away or somebody else was going to throw it away. So when I see small machinery like that, lawnmowers, generators, I go out there and y'all, didn't I show y'all the video of me doing that to my Honda? Throw a new carburetor kit on it, in and out in about 10 minutes. I barely got oily. You would turn around and sell that product so you can wheel and deal, you can barter. This is how it works. But don't nobody you mean if gas sat in it. If gas sat in it, or you got some kind of carburetor issue that, listen, let me tell you this. This is what I do. If I just found a generator, or I just found a leaf blower, or a lawnmower, I'm not going to sit around pickling around with it all day. The very first thing I do is buy a carburetor kit for it. If I can't get it started, buy a doggone $5 to $10 carburetor kit. 9.999 times out of 10, that's the problem. So that means I could have a carburetor out, put a carburetor kit in, be done with it in 10, 15 minutes. I got a brand new item I can sell. I ain't got to be sitting there like, still ain't starting. Put some fresh fuel in it. I don't got to do that. Carburetors cost $13. You found a weed whacker on the side of the road. Put a new carburetor in that sucker. First, see if it got compression. Put a new carburetor on that sucker, and you found it for free. Go ahead, sell it for $50. You just made that's almost 100% come up. You spent $13. Let's say you spent $20. You made what I say? Sell it. What I say? Sell it for $5. Look, you made it come up. You sold it for $50. No, I'll sell it for more than that. If I put a $20 carburetor kit on it, I'm going to sell it for about $200. It's free. It's free money. Either way, even if I sold it for $50, you made $30. But man hours or something. I'm just telling you what I do. My wife, she'll tell you, it drive her crazy sometimes. I'll be like, ooh, a weed whacker. Ooh, a leaf blower. And I'll take it home, fix it, throw a carburetor on it, sell it. So the people on Facebook Market and all these other places will sit there and tell you, oh, I tell you what. I got these vintage bottles, right? I'll trade you these vintage Coca-Cola bottles and give you about $15 cash money. Man, I ain't got time for that. I don't deal with that. What the hell I'm going to do with some vintage Coca-Cola bottles? But no, let's get back on track because I want to take this to an hour and a half, okay? I'm sorry. Do I have any generator question? Oh, I'm going to answer one before. Everybody keep asking me, what's my favorite generator? Led, what's your favorite generator? And I keep saying, I don't have one. I like them all. They all serve different purposes. Now, the only question that ain't been asked, Led, if the grid was down and you had to bug out, which one would you take? That's the question. I really like them all. I really like them all. If the grid was down and I had to leave home and I had to evacuate, which generator would I take? How long does it take solar to charge? We answered that already in the beginning of the video. I'm going to answer you right now. If I could only pick one of my solar power generators that I own now, I can't speak on nothing I don't own. I would take with me my Delta Max 2. Or my Delta Pro 3. I would take my EcoFlow Delta Pro 3 or my EcoFlow Delta 2 Max. Everybody like, why? You ain't taking that Anker Solix 3800 generator nowhere. It's too big. It's too awkward. Now, the reason I'm saying that, for my situation, the Delta Pro 3, you can add batteries on it. It's a low profile, right? So it's already over 4,000 watt hours of stored power. And I can add on another, I think it's another 8,000, so I can get 12,000 watt hours of stored power in a small, compact space on the Delta Pro 3. The only reason that I may take the Delta 2 Max over the Delta Pro 3 is because it does not have a cigarette lighter port. They should have left the cigarette lighter port. I know it's supposed to be able to run the house. I don't care how big a solar power generator gets. I don't care how mobile it becomes. Leave the DC cigarette lighter on the freaking machine. Why? Because everything that every average person does, it plugs into a cigarette lighter port. Everything has not changed to USB-C yet. Most of our devices, you got an air pump you need to put in and so on and so forth. It takes a cigarette lighter port. Now, here you go. The reason I would pick the Delta Pro 3 or the Delta 2 Max. The Delta Pro 3 is huge, but it got wheels and a handle, and it's light enough for me to pick up and put in the doggone trailer. The Delta 2 Max, pick both of these up, put it in a trailer and go. I don't got to worry about grabbing a hand truck and picking everything up and leaving. So both of those are totally expandable. I can add one more battery onto the Delta 2 Max, giving me 6,000 watt hours of stored energy. The Delta Pro 3, I can add 2 more batteries onto it, giving me 1,200 watt hours of storage energy. This is why I keep telling everybody to practice their preps, because if you get out there in the middle of nowhere and make an artificial grid down situation, you'll see how important power is, how important it is for it to be able to charge fast, how important it is for you to be able to use as much power of the wattage as you could possibly use, how important it is to carry, how portable it is. All of that stuff plays on me. Now, I will give a, I'm going to give a, somebody said the Anker Solix 3800. That's a bad boy. The Anker Solix 3800 is a bad boy. It is. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to think of what else. The reason I'm saying that, I'm picking things that charge fast, high solar input, high AC input, high wattage output AC, high wattage output USB-C and USB. I was asking you what you think about the Anker Solix generator. I like it. I like it. I like it. I have a question. What size and type of solar panels would you bring? If I was leaving. Ooh, that's a good question. Missy says, for me, I made sure I can pick up my solar power generators. I have all level sizes for staying home and bugging out. Exactly. Exactly. What is the difference between the Delta Max 2000 and the Delta 2 Max? I'm going to have to answer that in a minute because I'm not sure that's what it meant. Solar panels. Okay. I would only take with me all of my folding solar panels. I would take 2 separate kind though, maybe 3. Listen close and why. Let's just say, I got 2 400-watt solar panels, giving me a total of 800 watts input. I would take both of those. I have 2 200-watt folding solar panels that give me an equivalent of 400 input solar watts. And I would take 2 100-watt folding solar panels that would give me an equivalent of 200 watts. Why, Led? Why would you do that? Why would you break it down from 2 400s, 2 200s, and 2 100s? Why would you do that? Because if I bring the Delta 2 Max or the Delta Pro 3, it can accept all of that. So I can combine all of those with a 4-way splitter and bring all of that solar power in and have my 4,000 watt solar power generator charged in a little over an hour. Okay? Now, if I step down, now I ain't gonna talk about this one because this one can do that too. I ain't gonna talk about this one. But say we bring the Delta. You can't be putting a whole bunch of 400-watt solar panels on certain solar power generators. It won't accept the voltage. So now you need to step that down to that 200-watt solar panel because the voltage has dropped. So you're still bringing in 400 watts, okay? I mean, you're still bringing in what did I say? Yeah, you're still bringing in 400 watts on a solar power generator that cannot handle the load. Why would I bring the 2 100 watts? Because sometimes something like this can only bring in 100 watts of solar. It's only a 300 watt hour solar power generator, okay? So you can't go putting 800 watts trying to charge this up, you'll burn it up. Something bad will happen. So that 100 watt is for a couple of these, and I will bring these anyway because you can grab these and go. Set that on your lap. All of this is how I think. This has nothing to do with you necessarily. This is how I think. This is how I prep. So when I leave and go out of the house, I take 2 400-watt panels, I take 2 200-watt panels, and 2 100-watt panels. When we went to survival camp last month, Camp Club 73, in my vehicle, I had two 400s, two 200s, two 100s for just that reason, because I had the Delta Pro 3, I had the Delta 2 Max, and I had a bunch of these smaller River 2s and River 3s with me. You might bring a 400 watt panel and it won't charge your equipment because it won't bring in enough solar. This is not capable of bringing in that much solar power. All of that is important and crucial, because just because you got this, you need a way to charge it. Okay? Now, here's another reason why I don't like that the bigger generators get rid of, when they get so big, they get rid of the cigarette lighter port. And this is why I say you shouldn't do that. For all the companies that's watching me right now, leave that cigarette lighter port on the machine, on all machines. And I'm going to tell you why. It's simple. Because I don't have to have a 100 watt solar panel for this if I can just daisy chain it to my bigger generator through the cigarette lighter port. It'll be bringing in 100 watts, and I don't have to worry about bringing a solar panel for this. All I got to worry about is I got 800 watts coming in from the sun, filling up my fuel tank here, and then plugging this into this. I don't have to have this nowhere crazy. It can sit right on top of here and charge. Some people don't like the cigarette lighter port, and I say you cannot do without it, especially on a bigger solar power generator. Me personally, I know people ain't gonna agree with this. I think you should have 2 cigarette lighter DC ports on every doggone generator. People are not gonna agree with that one, but to each his own. Let's see, when I order the EcoFlow, will it come with a plug that can daisy chain to my Bluetti AC200? I don't know, because I don't know that configuration you're trying to do. If both of them have a cigarette lighter port, then yes, it should. It should be able to do that. I can plug, for instance, you can daisy chain anything to anything. It doesn't have to be EcoFlow to EcoFlow. I can plug this EcoFlow up, okay, and plug it into this jacket and get a charge. Cut that on and get a charge off of that. Wait a minute. Cut on DC. Now I'm getting a charge off the Jackery onto the EcoFlow. Long as you got that cigarette lighter port, you can plug it into whatever you want to, your car, another cigarette lighter port on any other generator. It does not have to be EcoFlow to EcoFlow or Jackery to Jackery, nothing like that. Okay? So I'm trying to what about 400 watt panels for the Delta One Pro? If it will, if whatever you're using will accept 400 watt panels, you can do what you want to do. Now I'm gonna tell you this. Now we're breaking it down to logistics, logic. 400 watt foldable solar panels are heavy as lead. 400 watt solar panels are very heavy. They're hard to transport. They're even harder to store. On top of that, they're so heavy, what are you putting them in? If you don't have a trailer, bug out trailer, you ain't putting them in the trunk of your Hyundai Sonata. We gotta think. Now, if you bring 400 watts panels, You're not leaving any room you may need to bring in food with you. That's taking weight away from the food storage that you need to bring with you as well. That's also taking away from smaller solar panels that don't weigh as much and don't take up as much space that you could be using the same way. This isn't a pissing contest. All of this, you have to use your brain. I promise you, family, if you go outside, if you are not in a grid down situation right now, get you a tent, set it up, and don't come back in the house for 5 days. The 5-gallon bucket challenge again. Go outside for 5 days. It will humble you. For no reason, go in the house. Stay out there. You're going to start learning how much power you need, when you should be using your power and wasting it. Every day, I'm a coffee drinker, me and my wife. And guess what? I didn't use the coffee maker. I boiled it in a pot and did some cowboy coffee. Because a coffee maker, a simple coffee maker, takes 1,200 watts. Now let's do the math again. A simple average coffee maker takes 1,200 to 1,300 watts, depending on which one you got, right? Even that little one takes about 900 watts. Think about this. If this holds 1,000 watt hours and my coffee pot is using 1,000 watts, how long can I run that coffee pot? 1,000 watts, and this only stores 1,000 watt hours of stored energy. How long can I make coffee? Anybody? 1 hour. Because the coffee pot never shuts off. It stays on. Once it's done heating up the coffee, it still stays on to keep the pot hot. That's 1,200 watts or 1,000 watts. You wasted all of your emergency energy on coffee? This is what I'm trying to get through to people. Some of this stuff don't make no damn sense. Some people is trying to run an air conditioner off of 1,000 watts. If all you have is 1,000 watts of stored energy, your watt hours is your stored energy. But you trying to run an air conditioner, a 5,000 BTU air conditioner that's using 500 watts. Yes, it will work, but it will only run how many 500s in 1,000? 2. It will run your air conditioner for 2 hours. That is asinine. So when we start thinking about creature comforts, it starts to barrel down on the reality of how spoiled we are. You want some coffee? Let me show you one of my ways for coffee. I'm gonna show you 2 of my ways. Hold on. This is simple. For all my coffee drinkers, this gonna hit some kind of way, okay? For all my coffee drinkers, this is called cowboy coffee that me and my wife been doing for 7 days. You take you a pot. You boil your water in there. See, I still need to wash that out. Boil your water up to the knuckles right there. Get your water to a boil. Get your coffee. You dump however much coffee you like in there after it's boiling. Cut off the fire and let that steep. Take a spoon, stir it up. Let that steep until all those coffee grounds fall to the bottom of the pot. Once you don't see any more coffee grounds floating, your coffee is ready. I got this from the Goodwill. It's hard to find these. Go get you some kind of strainer. You don't have to strain it because I don't care about eating coffee grains. But if you need to strain it, strain your coffee off in a strainer down into a pot and then pour it out of the pot. Coffee Cowboy. Cowboy coffee. This is what they did before we got all spoiled. Talking about some what was that? Sanka Coffee and Mr. Coffee and all that. Folgers, Crystals. We spoiled. Now I'm going to show you what I do when I'm out on the road. Okay? I wish I was out in my trailer because I have a percolator. An old school camp percolator. It's old, it's rusty, and it don't even really percolate no more. I got like an old cork in the top, so you can't see the coffee changing color. I've had that thing forever. The other one is a French press. I got 4 of these. I didn't need to, but I need one on the land. I gave my daughter one. I got one in the house, and I keep one in my bug out trailer. Look. This is how you do this. You boil some water. You pour your boiled water into the level right there, to that little line. You put your coffee grounds in it. You do the same thing as that Cowboy coffee. Let them steep for a minute. And then you take this, it's just a strainer, and push this down like this. That's going to push all those coffee grounds down, leaving you with nice, fresh, clear coffee so you don't got to filter anything. This self-filters. You put your little lid on, and then you act like, would you like a spot of tea? Spot of tea, sir. Spot of tea. Okay? And it folds up little handles, and it fits anywhere. This is why I love these. Okay? Now, you want to get fancy? I got another one that my wife got for a present. I'll be using that thing half to death. All right? So, I just wanted everybody to get an idea of how to conserve energy. You do not need to be out here running 1,000-watt. Everything you do is a calculated step. Everything you do, everything you perform on a daily living, how much water you about to wash up with. You're going to be standing in the shower and the water, they's telling y'all having water problems or the water might be shut off any minute. You better use your stored water. Shower. I'm going to show y'all a grid down shower. A grid down shower. I'm going to show you a grid down toilet. A grid down toilet. A grid down shower. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions? Grid down toilet, grid down shower. If this is beneath you, if those things are beneath you, you may become a walker. That's what I'm going to start calling them, walkers. I'm sorry. And before I end this video, I know we went over time, but I want to end this video like this. There are people, come on. There are people that have been putting comments in my comments about pretty much, they're saying I was mean to my neighbors for saying I'm not helping them. I want to touch on that, and we're going to go more in depth with that, about me not helping my neighbors. I'm not helping my neighbors because I'm mean. I am not, thank you, Doug. I am not helping my neighbors because they can do the same thing I can do. They watch me every freaking day. You think they're not watching my videos? You think they don't see me? Listen, when this camera go off, they actually, one thing that my neighbors got on y'all, they got a bird's eye view of what I do out here every single day. You only have to believe me and believe what I tell you. They see me every day, all day, day and night, and go to scratching their head because they can't figure out what the hell I'm doing. This dude got chickens. This dude got a garden. This the only dude that ain't got no lawn crew at his house every day. This dude got tropical fruit trees. What the hell is he doing? This dude got bees. This dude collecting honey. To them, I'm nuts. To them, I'm crazy. On this thing, I have to talk to you and prove to you what I'm saying is real. They get a chance to see me every day, bird's eye view, all of these people. They see what I'm doing, ask a bunch of questions, and every blue moon, if I am to speak, you know what they say? Oh, that's cute. Oh, I've always wondered about that. Oh, beekeeping, I have a great uncle that used to do that. Bullshit like that. But none of them do it. They see me, they inquire, they ask, but they don't do anything about it. So when I see them all out here panicking, that's not my problem. Listen, my father told me don't look back. Keep going forward. Don't look back or I'll make you part of them. I'm sorry. It ain't that I'm being mean. For instance, I'm going to break this all the way down. If you are overweight, like me, and you are not doing everything in your power to try to get your weight under control, if you are unhealthy in any kind of way, and you are not trying to get your health situation under control, if something happens to you, do I blame McDonald's because their burgers is so delicious? Come on now. Come on, let's keep that real. Do I blame Burger King because I love the frame bull Whopper? Come on, man. Cut the bullshit. Answer the question. That's what's wrong with this country. We so busy pointing a finger at everybody else that we never look in the mirror and blame ourselves for listen, greed. You ready to point the finger, it's their fault. Snicker bar, you demon, you evil temptress Snicker bar. It's your fault, Snickers. Right? I'm not blaming Snickers for being freaking delicious. I'm telling you, I'm glad it's legal. Because that is, look, if Snickers was not legal, you would be seeing me creep through your windowsill, stealing your VCR. Yes, I don't even care if your VCR is up in the attic and don't even work no more. I will be creeping through your windows, stealing your VCR and your mama good perfume. So I can go get me a Snicker bar fix. You know? I mean, it's not Snickers' fault. It's mine for eating them and being addicted to them. We got to stop passing the buck. So if I'm overweight or I'm unhealthy, it was my fault. I put these chemicals into my body. So why is it different when I'm prepping and I'm trying to take care of myself, take care of my family, get my health in order, and they're not? Whose fault is that? Mine? Because I won't. Look, now let's back this back up to being overweight. So if I can blame you because I'm overweight, since it's your fault for me being overweight, can I give you about 50 pounds of this ass and it was your fault, so can you take about 50 pounds of these butt cheeks and please? Hell no, you ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna take another man's fat. So what the hell make you think I owe you some of my food? Because I've been doing what I'm supposed to do and take some of my equipment, some of my supplies, because you over there manicuring your damn lawn. See, I don't like playing with words, y'all. And that's what we do. We play with words to try to make ourselves sound like we are more intelligent than we are. And that's what everybody in the world do. For instance, I don't believe in everybody gets a trophy bullshit. I don't believe it. Either you win or you lose. Everybody don't get a trophy, man. This mindset of everybody gets a trophy here in America now is bullshit. And I'm going to say it. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Either your kid won or your kid lost. If every kid think they won when they grow up, look, keep that same energy when they get 30 and have to work at this job and they got passed up for the promotion. You can't keep that same energy. That's why these people be going in here and spraying fools like a garden, because they think that they supposed to get a promotion with their lazy ass just because Bruce did, because he putting in the work. Oh, he can't get a promotion and I didn't get a promotion. I'll show you, Miss Clementine. I'll be back. Everybody leave work early. Pull the fire alarm or something. Get rid of it. Duke done lost his mind. Leave. Because he's been brought up with the everybody wins scenario in his brain. Everybody wins a trophy. Bullshit. Either you win or you lose, and you got to learn how to accept losing. And losing, to me, losing makes you a better winner. Because now I didn't just lose, but you put a goal in my head to be greater than the person that beat me. Now I'm going to examine him. I'm going to focus on him. I'm going to learn his way. And I'm going to do it better than him. And the next time we race, I'm going to beat him. I'm going to practice harder than him. I'm going to study harder than him. I'm going to do everything. If he go to bed in 8 hours, I'm going to go to bed in 6. I'm not going to get no sleep. I'm going to destroy him on the round, the next one. See what you did? You triggered real human emotion. If you give everybody a trophy, you didn't spark anything. You didn't spark creativity. Matter of fact, what you did was dumb them down. Because now everybody get a trophy. Everybody won. Now you don't have no... I don't want to go back in history. Ideas come from desperation. Great ideas and great thought comes from desperation. When we start talking about who invented what, certain people were not in a desperate situation. Why would they even think to come up with this idea if they weren't put in a situation? There were a group of people that were in a desperate situation and had to learn how to eat the guts of animals, the entrails of animals, the feet and hooves and ears and snout of animals, things that were not common to everyone else. Chicken wings, collard greens, dandelion root. Those were things thrown back because we have zero interest in that. We don't know what to do with it. Those are weeds. That is garbage. There was a certain people that was so desperate for survival, we have to make these collard greens, mustard greens, pig snouts, hog ears, hog maws, chitlins. We have to figure out the tails. We have to make this work or we will not survive. We have to think of a way to preserve said foods. Salt said foods. Preserve and can said foods. Salted pork. We had to do this for survival. So when people talk about some they invented that, you full of shit. Everybody does not get a trophy. Either you win or you lose. And when the person is put in desperate situations, a person starts, another part of your brain kicks in. Another part of your brain kicks in. And it's that part of the brain where you got to start using your doggone common sense, ideas, thoughts, figuring out puzzles, ways to live, ways to survive. I'm sorry for going in on that. I just wanted to say, in a nutshell, this is how this whole system works. If you don't go outside and put yourself in a desperate, artificial, desperate situation, like my neighbors don't, you'll never learn anything but how to watch me talk about it. You'll watch other people talk about how to do it. You won't learn anything. You will learn how to talk on a YouTube channel, but you won't learn how to go out there and start a fire, filter your water, set up a tent, live off grid. You won't learn that. You'll just see me doing it. And I'm not going to help none one of these suckers out here that's sitting here watching me like I'm a goldfish in a bowl. I love man and I love mankind, but I have zero tolerance for if I'm working my ass off and you're not. I can't be mad at the dude that goes to the gym every day. You know what? You know what? How many people see the little young girl running and jogging every day, even in the rain, even when it's 103 degrees, every freaking day? I can set my watch to this young girl that runs past my house about 4 times a day, every single freaking day. You know what you won't hear come out of my mouth? Boy, she sure is stupid. It's raining like crazy out there. She's still raining. Oh, it's 103 degrees. That girl gonna pass out and be dead and be some lunch meat in a minute. You won't hear that come out of my damn mouth. How can I scrutinize her for keeping herself healthy for all conditions? She's conditioning herself for all climates, for all weather conditions. How am I and who am I to say she's stupid? And that's what these people are doing to me, is saying I'm stupid for doing this. I can't be mad at the dude to go to the gym every day. Like, man, he's so stupid. He wastes so much money going to the gym. You know, he could have bought a house by now, but he spends all his money on gym membership. You don't need to do that every day. You can work out at home, like me. Yeah, it looks like it's working for you, lad. That's what I'm talking about. So it's not like I'm cruel. Hell, I gave that dude a generator the other day. I'm not cruel, but if I'm grinding and I'm looking at, listen, my neighbors are looking at me like I'm looking at them. They're cutting their grass and I'm digging my grass up to put in more fruit trees. They got the maintenance crew coming, and I got people hooking up my solar. It's two different kinds of worlds out there. You got Rick Grimes. You got Rick Grimes and Daryl. And you got walkers. I know which one I am. I ain't even add the Marauders because you see it never works out for them in the long run either. I ain't even going to add Marauders to the game. Either you Rick Grimes or Daryl. You Rick Grimes and Daryl. Or Coral or Carol. Or you're a freaking walker in this world we're in right now. Either you're preparing for the fall or you will become the fallen. It's up to you right now. Everybody does not get a trophy. Either you're here with me on this channel preparing for the fall of everything that we know and love, or you will become one of the fallen that we pray about and we miss because you were foolish. None of this stuff, everything that I prepare with does not cost as much as some of your shoes, your purses, your cars, your rims, your accessories on all this crap. It does not cost nowhere close to as much as that. I guarantee you. Go ahead and buy 1 or 2 solar panels at a time. That's what I've been doing all this time. I buy one at a time. Guess what? Nobody's giving me solar panels. All them solar panels come out of my pocket. I buy 1 or 2 solar panels at a time. So when you look at me like these people that's in my comment section, you know what they see? Oh, he can afford it. He on YouTube. He done bought 8 solar panels. No, I didn't. The most I bought was 4. Thank you, Missy Hawk. Thank you for that shit. Thank you for the knowledge and lessons. Prepared and ready for whatever. Much appreciated, sir. Thank you, my sister. Thank you. The most I bought was 4 solar panels. And that's because they was like $50 a piece. And I told all of y'all about it. Some people jumped on it. Some people said, eh. I bought 2 sets of them. You mean to tell me I can get 4 solar panels, 4 100-watt solar panels for $100? I mean, for $200? Where they do that at? Oh, I'm doing that. That's 400 watts of power for $200, less than $200. We're spending money on the wrong stuff. Everybody's so worried about the strike on the docks. Everybody is worried about the political race, who's going to win. Everybody is so worried about all of this, what's going on in other countries. Do you support these people? Do you support those people? You're so worried about what the hell everybody else is doing, you ain't even preparing yourself for what. Listen to me. Listen. I mean this. You ever seen Godzilla? Godzilla and Rodan? I'm talking about the old days, back in, Saturday morning creature feature. Remember that? Sunday afternoon creature feature. Godzilla versus Rodan. Anybody remember that? Saturday morning. Okay. Here come Rodan. Rodan coming and tearing up these Chinese folks, tearing up their cities and their towns. Rodan flying over the mug, tearing everything up. Hawking his wings and making the wind knock down buildings and blowing little stick figure people away. Here come Godzilla, come out the water. Godzilla shoot a bunch of energy out his mouth. He hit Rodan. They fighting. Listen close. They fighting. In the midst of these two giants fighting, they're both destroying the MFing city now. In the midst of Godzilla fighting Rodan, they're both destroying and leveling the city. Listen close. Now, once Godzilla wins and blows Rodan up and throws him out into the ocean, he gone. Now Godzilla's still going to finish the job. It don't matter who gonna win. They both are monster titans. One is going to take it more easier on you, but it's still, you're going to get it. We're so busy watching that bullshit, you're not preparing. All you're doing is watching the fight, but you're not preparing for which one wins. It don't matter. Over in them other countries who fighting, it don't matter who gonna win. You're screwed. Your city is gonna be leveled. It don't matter in this one, whoever wins the race and for the presidential race. It doesn't matter. You want to know why? Because we're screwed. We're going to be more screwed in one way than the other way, but it doesn't matter. We're not preparing for the aftermath of the win. In this situation, we as normal citizens all lose because we still don't got money no matter who win. We're not going to make more money no matter who win. Prices are not going to go down no matter who win. You understand what I'm saying? If over in them other countries, they so worried about their religion fighting back and forth, what if my religion ain't got nothing to do with none of your religion? What if my belief system ain't got nothing to do with yours? And frankly, while some of y'all over there crying that we ain't helping you, we've been over here for over 400 years. Ain't nobody helped us do anything. We've been tortured for 400 years. Nobody has knocked on our door to come help us equalize this situation at all. So miss me with why aren't you helping us? Now this just happened to you. We've been on this for 400 of them. Smooth. Stop asking why I'm not teaming up with one or two of you. I haven't heard not one. You ain't even send us a postcard and say we gonna be over there soon. While my ancestors was out here getting tortured and murked, y'all was over there watching it. You could see from where you were. You saw what they was doing to us. You heard about what they was doing to us. They went over and got a couple of y'all, brought you over. Y'all seen it. Nobody helping me. So, you have an identity. You know where you're from. You still live there. You're over there with the rest of your people. I don't know who I am. I'm an orphan because you didn't come help me. Now, I'm supposed to help you. Miss me. I'm supposed to stand up for people that sat around the ring. This whole world, this whole planet has sat around the boxing ring watching us get pummeled for 400 years and ain't nobody did anything about it. And now, every time one of them need help, they call us and ask us for help. We the first ones say, you got to stand up for this and stand up. No, I don't. I still haven't been reimbursed for what done happened to me for 400 years. Until somebody, like my mama used to say, butter my palms. Man, don't ask me to join nothing, man. Don't ask me to join anything. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go down that road. This is supposed to be about electricity. I'm sorry, y'all, for ranting and raving. This is where the world has become, and it drives me insane. Because we are so fake. We are so fake. On this, fake. I want you to think about this real quick. And this is the part where I just can't understand in my mind. And when I don't understand something, I get frustrated. Listen to me close, oh my God, Lord have mercy. We spend thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not billions of dollars to fake other people out. You spend money on makeup, wigs, clothes, different kinds of surgeries. We spend more money trying to fake other people out into thinking that we're something that we're not, instead of focusing on the things that we should be worrying about. We spend hundreds, if not millions, if not billions of dollars on being fake. That's why I be like, man, this is the fakest. This has got to be the fakest country on the planet. Now, don't get me twisted. I love my home. I love America. I love my uncle, too. He fake as hell, though. I ain't gonna lie about it. That's this. Fake. It's full of lies and smoke and mirrors. That's why we all walk around confused, because you don't know what to damn believe. It's fake. The news is fake. The media is fake. People are fake. Everything is like a joke. And the only time you start waking up and actually feeling the truth is when you get your ass out here in the yard, set up a tent, and live off in your backyard for a week without coming in the house. You know what hit you besides sweaty, musty-ass armpits? You know what else hit you? Reality. Reality comes and it hits you. Reality says, I don't know if I can do this with just 5 gallons of water. Reality comes in and says, I don't know if we got enough food. Reality out there, when you ain't got no power, no water, no light, no motor car, not a single luxury, when you out there, you start thinking, damn, it's hot today. And there is nowhere to run. There ain't no going in the house. It's hot today, and it's going to be hot all day. When your grid is down, your power is down, it's down. Nobody gets a trophy. The only way you win is you survive. That's why I'm totally against everybody gets a trophy bullshit. The only way you win, the only way you win a prize is you survive to get to the next day. That means doing everything in your power. Conserve your energy. Everything needs to be conserved. Everything needs to be portion size. Everything, the way you eat needs to change. The way you drink needs to change. The way you move and be active, you're expending energy. So that's not important, but this is. That can wait till another day. This is. I'm not going to water my fruit trees because it's going to rain tomorrow. I'm going to let God do it and save my own water for myself and put out some buckets to collect the rainwater. That kind of survival, when you off grid or in your backyard without going in the house, it's the only time let me tell you this. That's the closest you're going to come to God. Without him coming down here and giving you a high five. When you out here You thirsty, you hungry, you desperate, you trying to figure things out. See, everybody, to me, I'm going to say this. Everybody keeps saying, that's right, you should fast and pray. Fast and pray. Fast and pray. That's what people say. I don't take that lightly. When you fast and you don't eat anything all day, it triggers something in your brain. Everybody just throw that around so lightly. Fasting triggers something up here. Remember that act of desperation I've been talking about this whole video? It triggers an act of desperation. The way you come up with recipes is your ass is hungry. How many people, come on now, when you fast, you know good and well it triggers ideas. You get hungry, you start thinking of stuff. Come on, look. You start thinking of a better way to do something, a better way to stay cool, a better way to stay out of the sun, a better way to build this shelter, a better way to hunt for food, an easier way to hunt for food, an easier way to travel, an easier way to get this, get that supply. When you hungry, this is to all my bud smokers. When you hungry and you desperate, something kicks in, a switch turns on in your brain. I got a friend that came home from prison. Well, family member. Gourmet chef. Gourmet chef. Please stop talking in caps, okay? Gourmet chef. But not the kind of gourmet chef that you think. Where y'all think I learned how to make wine from? Ex-con. So, the way he make these things called a breakdown, with I guess it's like ramen noodles, Cheetos, and a couple of other additives he threw in there. He said, hey man, hit that real quick. Hit that, cuz. Hit that real quick, cuz. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. Man, go and hit that for real though. For real though. When he said it like that, he's not asking you anymore. He's telling you. All right. And what you put in there? Yeah, you like that, huh? Yeah, now give it back. Give it back, of course. But trust and believe. Trust and believe. The only time you get good at stuff like that is when you're in a situation of desperation. How to cook food different. We, as people, were in a situation of desperation. We learned to make chicken wings, hog maws, and chitlins work. Where the rest of the world is still like, ugh. Okay? When you start fasting, you trigger that same switch of desperation. And with that comes thought, ideas, problem solving. When you hungry, people see delusions, right? You start seeing things. You also, before you go into crazy land, you start seeing. You start seeing answers. That's the best way I can put it. So when people keep saying pray, fast and pray, those are just words. Those are just words to me that people just throw around lightly. Take your ass outdoors. And you're going to be fasting naturally. Because you ain't going to have nothing to eat. And when you ain't got nothing to eat, then you're going to start praying. Once you start praying and you've been fasting together, you're going to start working out with solutions. And that's going to give you answers. And to me, this doesn't have anything to do with you. To me, I feel like that's God talking to me. That's God giving me the answers to problems. He's giving me solutions to problems. And I think that's why he wants us to fast. That's to me, okay? That's not scripture. That's not word. I'm just telling you how I look at it. In a real sense, a biblical sense, a spiritual sense, I feel that once I'm getting those answers on how to solve all of my problems, financial, physical, health, love life, hunger, all these different situations going on in my life, that's to me, that's why I say that's the closest you're going to get to talking to the Father before he actually come down here and give you a high five. Because he mean that. Everything you learn how to do. Everybody said, Led, you know how to do a lot of stuff. You know how to do a lot of stuff, Led. I am no different than you. Now people can keep saying, oh, Led, you the best, you the greatest. No, I'm not. I am a man, no different than you. The only difference is I'm listening. You can do the exact same thing. And let me tell you something. Sometimes the Father speaks through folks. It might be the bum on the street screaming at the stop sign, but sometimes he speaks through folks, and you should either you watching or you listening. Some folks, you just looking at it, boy, that boy sure look crazy. Or is you listen, trying to hear what he's trying to say? Sometimes you hear that crazy person on the park bench mumbling. You looking out your car window like this fool is nuts. Roll the window up, baby. Roll the window up. How about roll your window down and try to hear what he's saying? He might be giving you lottery number tickets. You don't know. So, anyway, again, I'm sorry to have rambled on everybody, but please, this ain't over. It's so many people, their lights came back on and they was like, whew. This ain't over. There's more storms out there. Winter is coming. Winter is coming. Winter is coming. We getting hit with hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, mudslides, and winter is coming. There is no way on God's green earth they'll be able to clean up this mess. They're already saying in North Carolina that stuff won't be fixed for years. I can't get back home up I-40 because I-40 is gone. Thank you, C. I-40 is, that part of I-40 is gone. I can't go back to Ohio the way I normally go. I'm probably going to have to go probably not there. I will probably have to go all the way out I-20, catch 75, and go straight up north. But it's parts of I-20 and I-26 is washed away too. It's parts of Georgia is washed away too. So some of us down here in the South, we may be kind of trapped down here for a while. The people that went and vacationed up in the North, good luck trying to come back. And vice versa. They ain't ready for that. You went to go visit Aunt Edna, you ain't take nothing with you but a change of drawers. Okay? Yep, I-40 is gone. The Analytic Gardner, you live over that way, I-40 is no more. If you hit Google Maps and try to go from South Carolina to Ohio, look what it say. That they don't even let you go that way no more. Google Maps or something, it ain't got no holler for you. Say parts of I-77 is closed too. I promise you, this is all truth. This is not what I think. All you got to do, every word I just said to you, go look it up. Do your own research and look. There are bridges gone, not down, gone. And if you live in a city with a bridge and they've been rebuilt, look how long it take them to build a damn bridge. 2, 3, 4 years for a little bridge. There are bridges, tons of them gone, not down, not broken, not shattered. They are washed away. The whole demographic of the area looks different where those mudslides hit. It don't even look the same anymore. And we like, woohoo, woo, Mr. Storm. This time, if the storm didn't hit you this time, no matter where you are in America, your turn is coming. The question is what you going to do about it. Are you going to be ready? Or is you going to sit down like everybody else and twiddle your fingers and say, you know, I know a neighbor down the street. He sure does have a lot of gasoline and power. So if things happen, we'll just go have to talk to old Mr. Ladd. And don't come over here. Don't come over here, man. Look. Even the Amazon dude, he don't know. Every time you come on my porch, you in the crosshair. Don't come up here. Don't come up here. If I hit some Amazon, I buy some Amazon, and the Amazon say the package is due between 7 a.m. and 11 a.m. and your ass don't get here till about 7:30 tonight, I got one on you. You better put that package down and leave, because I got one on you. Let me put it to you like this. Every person that come on that porch anywhere around my property, when it start getting dark, they'll be doing it. What's wrong with you, man? It's a red bug. Some kind of red glowing bug all on me, something. You better get on out of here. The grid is down, fool. You better leave. Not this house. You will see a firefly, a little red firefly or a green firefly all over you. It's on my forehead. It's on your forehead, dude. It ain't moving. I had them fireflies all over you. You better go on. Leave. Go. You had that red or that green firefly on your forehead. Go away. Okay? This ain't that. This, when the grid is down, it's serious. I don't trust nobody. Hey, neighbor. You see that, Marjorie? Harold, you got a red firefly on you, and you got a green one on you. Y'all go back across the street. Don't come over here. Oh, we just want to see if you got your lights on. Ain't none of your business. We all right over here. Some of y'all got that, some of y'all didn't. That's that two-way right there. Anyway, y'all, let me get out of here. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope I helped a little bit. If you have any questions about the solar, I am going to answer them no matter how crazy and redundant they are on this video. I hope this was able to help you make a better purchase of your solar power generators or gas generators, all right? Thank you for hanging out with me. Laird Farmer 73, I love you, and I'm out. For everybody that's still in danger, please be safe, take care, and don't take anything for granted, and test everybody's spirit. Just if somebody reaching out to help you, don't be so quick to take their help. You study them and test their spirit, because their help might be your harm. All right? Laird Farmer 73, I love you, and I'm out. Peace.